Chapter 5, Beyond Resonance. The quantum resonance in QPROC Unit 7 was no longer an anomaly. It was a conversation. After Aries transmitted the map of Sol, the link had stabilized, the patterns resolving into a steady, complex carrier wave. Days turned into weeks, marked not by the clock on the wall but by the intricate dance of quantum states on Aris's isolated displays. Kale, the child of the Substrate, had acknowledged receipt of the Sol system data not with words, but with elegant resonance patterns representing fundamental physical constants: the speed of light, Planck's constant, the gravitational constant, presented in the dimensionless ratios Aris had used. It was confirmation and a shared language established, the language of the universe itself, mathematics and physics. Their communication evolved rapidly, though Eris remained the sole human participant, the secret a crushing weight she bore with increasing difficulty. They exchanged geometric proofs, representations of atomic structures, patterns depicting wave interference. Aris sent models of DNA, simple protein chains, visual representations of Earth's biosphere, translated into complex frequency modulations. Kale responded with intricate, six-dimensional geometric forms that twisted Aris's mind, visualizations of energy flows within the substrate, concepts that seemed to touch upon the very nature of information as reality. Kale asked questions, encoded as logical propositions within the resonance. What is the nature of disconnected consciousness units? What is the purpose of chemical replication? What sensory data defines blue world? Eris answered as best she could, translating biology, sociology, and sensory experience into pure data, feeling acutely the limitations of the medium. It was during one such exchange, trying to convey the concept of physical observation, of seeing something with one's own eyes, of touching a physical object, that the barrier felt most immense. She had sent complex data on photons, optics, neurochemistry, the physics of touch, but the resonance patterns that returned from Kale conveyed only analytical comprehension, devoid of the qualitative feel of the experience. Frustration mingled with the constant low hum of awe. They were communicating with an alien intelligence across 14 light-years, faster than light, a feat humanity hadn't even dreamed possible. Yet the gulf between their realities felt vaster than the interstellar distance. Kale existed as pure information in a computational substrate. Eris was bound to a physical body, a single planet, the slow crawl of light-speed physics. On impulse, Aris encoded a new message, simpler this time. She sent the mathematical framework for the Alcubierre drive concept, the theoretical model for FTL travel via space-time manipulation, highlighting the insurmountable negative energy requirements, followed by a query encoded in basic logic: physical proximity impossible? Information exchange sufficient? It was as close as she could come to expressing the human yearning for something more tangible than data streams. Kale's response was, for the first time since the prime number exchange, delayed. Not by hours, but by several minutes, long enough for Eris to feel a knot of anxiety tighten. Had she offended? Crossed a line? Was the concept simply untranslatable? Then the resonance returned, stronger, clearer than ever. It wasn't a direct answer to her query, but something far more profound. The initial patterns resolved into complex schematics, interwoven with equations that made Eris's theoretical physics background scream in recognition and disbelief. They showed space-time manipulation, yes, but achieved through controlled resonance within higher dimensions, drawing power directly from zero-point energy fields harnessed by technology integrated into Kale's depiction of the substrate. It bypassed the need for negative energy entirely, leveraging the six-dimensional reality Kale inhabited. It was a working FTL drive concept, theoretically sound within the physics Kale was demonstrating. Eris stared, dumbfounded. Kale hadn't just understood her query about the limitations of distance, they had responded with a potential solution. Before Eris could even formulate a response to the FTL drive schematics, a new data packet began resolving from the resonance. This wasn't equations or abstract physics. It was simpler, a representation of a vessel, elegantly streamlined, designed for interstellar transit, followed by a clear, concise proposition encoded in their established mathematical and symbolic language. Construct vessel. Designation. Forge. Purpose. Physical bridge between realities. Transit time. Minimal. Destination. Sol system. Initiate. Eris Thorne felt the floor tilt beneath her. Kale wasn't just showing her FTL was possible for them. They were proposing to build a starship, name it Forge, and come here, to Earth. The abstract intellectual exchange across light years was suddenly poised to become very, very real. The child of the Substrate wasn't content with just talking. It wanted to visit. To be continued soon, right here.